Everybody, Scott DiGiammarino here. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm going to talk about one of my all-time favorite subjects. Guess what it is? Yeah. We're going to talk about leadership again. And what great leaders do versus what poor leaders do. So there's a model out there that I learned a long time ago, and it's called the vision-based leadership model. And it's all about analyzing yourself and the way you actually lead. So if you're leading a group of people, if you're teaching a class, if you're training people, you're coaching people up. And I want you to think about two different worlds. The first world is called vision-based leadership. And then the second world is called approval-oriented leadership. So two different people. And I'm going to walk you through the components of each. And as I'm doing this, I want you to think a little bit about the type of leader you are and the type of leader, quite frankly, you'd like to become. And finally, the type of leader you actually like to potentially work for and you'd run to a wall for. So I'm going to start with this thing called being a conflict proficient. So vision-based leaders, the best leaders that are out there, love conflict. They seek it out. So for example, if you tell me that you're going to do X, Y, Z by next Tuesday at 9 o'clock and you don't do it, vision-based leaders will come right at you. And they'll say, dude, you said you're going to do this. It's Tuesday at 9 o'clock. What happened? What's the deal? This is not okay. Versus an approval-oriented leader will let it slide. They are called conflict avoidant. They don't like conflict at all. And what ends up happening from an accountability standpoint, people that are conflict proficient really run a tighter ship than people that are conflict avoidant. So that's one. The second one is that vision-based leaders are what they call proactive in nature. They're looking for things. They will take risks. They're constantly thinking at 4 o'clock in the morning, waking up out of bed and thinking about a new thing that they could do to help drive their agenda. On the flip side, approval-oriented leaders are more reactive in nature. They let things come to them. This is not good. Because proactive people are willing to, as I mentioned, take risks. They're creative, they're innovative, they're constantly thinking. Again, versus doing nothing, which is the approval-oriented leader would actually do. The third piece that separates the vision-based leader from the approval-oriented leader is vision-based leadership makes the right choice. They do the right thing regardless of the consequences. They have a set of principles and values that they adhere to at all points in times. Their level of integrity is through the roof, which essentially is they'll do what they say when they say they're going to do it by. Versus an approval-oriented leader is what they appease people. What I mean by appease people, and we're all guilty of this, is you want to tell people kind of what they want to hear. You don't hold anybody accountable. Your whole job in life is to make everybody happy and everybody comfortable, which again, long-term, as you're building a big organization, that's the worst type of leadership you can have. And the last piece is vision-based leaders are directionally focused. And what I mean by that is they pick a path, they pick a strategy, and they stick to it. And they may tweak here and there, but they're not doing an about face every month. Versus approval-oriented leaders have what they call constant unplanned change. We're heading this direction. Changed my mind. Oh, just kidding. You really thought I meant what I said, the strategy of the organization? And that dorks everybody up. So we've seen this all over the place where leaders are constantly changing their mind, and that has an effect on the entire organization. So vision-based leaders are conflict proficient. They are proactive in nature. They always do the right thing or seem to do the right thing, and they are directionally focused. Approval-oriented leaders are conflict avoidant. They're reactive in nature. They love to appease other people, and they're constantly changing stuff. So anyway, think about who you are today, who you'd like to become, who you'd like to work for. And in my experience, I'll share with you that vision-based leaders always get results. Hope this helps, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.